Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Wednesday edition of Rasaji Speaks. Don't forget, the girls are on Today the Gathering at 1 o'clock and at 7:30. Make sure you say hello for Lama G. Today's title is going to be Echoes of Catastrophes. Unraveling the tragedy of Atlantis and Noah's flood. A lot of people tie the flood with the sinking of Atlantis. People say possibly Lemur. Lemur was in a much different time frame than Atlantis was to start with. Excuse me. But when you think about what was going on, it was a time of extremely unrighteousness. We're kind of seeing that same thing happen. And we're starting to wonder, with the portal of Shiva, is it really 33 years of judgment, ascension, and transformation? I think now, with the fires in Maui a year or two ago, I think with the wars on the planet in the Ukraine and Jerusalem, I think with fires burning in Colorado and in Canada, and 3 hurricanes that hit Florida in an 8-week period. Of course, Helene's ravage that she did to Georgia, Carolinas, and Tennessee, and what Milton did to Florida from St. Pete throughout most of the state of Florida, especially Cedar Key. I don't think people are starting to doubt that a similar pattern that was going on is going on now. I can imagine you thinking. The difference is, was there even a couple of million people on the planet during the time of Noah? I don't really think so. But the key is there's 8 billion people on the planet now. There's 8 billion people. One of the ways Nazi Germany happened is because people lost their ability to think and their fear overrided their intelligent thinking and free will action in the process of thought, which is why we teach that with the mala garlands, either the bracelet or the necklace, to take responsibility at least 5 to 15 minutes a day, how you think, it begins to change everything. And over a period of months and years, the things you use them for starts to show up in your life. One of the big ways to get rid of urgency is the affirmation, I have plenty of time. Next beat. I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time means you're starting to vibrate the vibration of the Divine Mother, Mother Nature. When you look at the foliage behind Mama G, just imagine, right? So we're in that time. And in Noah's time, it was a good 40 days and 40 nights. And then it took 4 to 6 months for the waters to recede. They pretty well washed away not just one city, not just 2 or 3 counties, but everything that existed under 5,000 elevation. Denver, Colorado, where Master David lives, is called the Mile High City because the airport's at 5,000 elevation. Think of how much land mass there is under 5,000. It's a good portion. And that's where the population is the highest. You can make a case that over 7 billion of the 8 billion people today live under 5,000. That happened again, where would they be? Pretty much, unless they're a good swimmer, out of question. But also, we're seeing tornadoes, earthquakes, and fires. All the elements are raging. Why? Why is the most basic reason these because there's not enough conscious people using the elements and acknowledging the divine mother on a daily basis. See, if we spend more conscious time with fire, fire won't rage. If we spend more conscious time with water, water won't rage. The elements of fire and water are at the root of what our emotional energy body is, and those elements are one of the fastest ways to clean your energy. That's why the ranch and the retreat centers are going to be huge, and we're going to have our first ones up in 2025 as we arrive. That's really exciting to know. Probably going to have 3 to 5 wellness centers that's going to help also. This is huge, so that you have that opportunity to come in for 4 or 5 days and let it see what it does to your energy body, what it does to resurrect your joy or to resurrect your Rasaji, which means God's joy. This is what is happening. If we do it consciously, it's not forced upon us collectively. See, I don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out how many unconscious people are not participating in baptismal every day. I mean, love the Catholic Church in a lot of ways, but even the Catholic Church teach a false doctrine about the idea that you only need to be baptized one time for the forgiveness of sin, right? Forgiveness of sins means forgive us for falling short. Well, most of us fall short a little bit each day, right? I mean, when we're really want to be honest, right? We fall short a little bit each day. But the cleansing needs to be constantly. So that means baptismal of water and fire needs to be what? Daily. And it's really profound if at least once a week you're doing it for a couple hours, bathing in the natural bodies of the water, bathing with the fire. It makes you incredible. It resurrects your joy. When you're vibrating joy, God's joy, Rasaji, the collective unconsciousness of the elements will not touch you. Did you know that? You have to choose what the frequency it will be. And just so you know, we had about 7 to 12 individuals that were in the pathway of Helene and Milton. And even though they had difference with property damage, which was not totally them because a lot of it was karmic patterns in the real estate that they lived on, but they themselves were little to no harm. And we lost not one of those 12 people. Wonder what that was about. Just maybe they were doing their sadhanas enough on a daily basis that God showed them mercy. Remember when Moses was asked to put the blood of the lamb upon the doors in Egypt when the plague went through that eventually would take Ramses' own son? I don't know how to explain to you guys any clearer than that. the Almighty takes care of the children that take care to spend a daily contact with Him and a daily contact with her. You got it? Barak Bashad, may the blessings be to you and to your glorious family. We'll see you tomorrow on Thursday's edition of Rasaji Speaks. God bless you and your family.